Hey guys, I have a slideshow ready for all the stuff I missed recently, for all the new Pitch Black cards and the new first partner cards as well. I haven't been doing it recently. I've been really busy. I had two garage sales recently selling my old Nerf gun collection when I was little, making some money off of that for savings for the future. I'm getting. I did Chaos Rising, which I did videos on. I do not recommend the set. I think it's one of the worst play sets ever. There's nothing really good in it. Collectors, you can keep it, but please don't go after Pitch Black. Players need this set, and I will explain why I think this set will be meta changer. So first off, we have Slowpoke and Slowbro. Slowbro is not useful. It does 160 more if you have no cards in hand, but you want cards in hand to always know you have stuff to use next turn. The Slowpoke is very good because we have Buddy Buddy Poffins now can be used on a Psychic Slowpoke. Yes, we have the Telepathic Energy, so maybe it won't be used, but I see it could be used with Slowking. Next, we have Nickit and Thweevil. These cards are absolutely useless. I don't think anybody's going to touch them. Yes, you can use one of their opponent's moves, but again, you have no cards in hand, which you want cards in hand. Then here's the first partner. These are the promos. We have Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile. I do love the Totodile. It looks derpy, and he looks just like he's clueless. And also has the Shining Gyarados, which is kind of a cool detail. Then we have Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott, which I'm not a big Gen 5 fan. I've never played it for one, so that's why. But I love Emboar, so I'll never collect them because they're going to be expensive. Then we have Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. I do love this trio, but I'm not a Scorbunny fan. But I don't think I'll collect any. They're going to be expensive. Next, this is the new box. I think that's going to be really, really strong. One of them. This is called. I'm going to call it the Ghost Veil box. Their ability stops all effective attacks. All the Pokemon almost all the Pokemon have this ability. So Alakazam gets weakened more. Then we have Dragapult, which gets stopped a little bit. But the Sinistcha, this Pokemon can't be wrong one. Matcha Spin. If you have 6 or more Pokemon in your discard with the Ghost Veil ability, place 4 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. This is quite strong because of you're placing 4 on all, and then there's I think it's the Azelf, where, it doubles all the damage counters on all of your opponent's Pokemon. There's another one that does the same thing, but this time it quadruples. That's in this set. Then we have Banette and Shuppet. These are not really useful cards. They're mainly there just to get in your discard. Dull Catch is not bad. You may search your deck for a card and put it in your hand if you do shuffle your deck for 80 damage, but for 1 Psychic, it's not terrible, but I think it's just more a fodder for the deck. Then your 2 main attackers. Spiritomb. If you have 13 or more in the discard with Ghost Veil, you choose 2 of your opponent's Pokemon and quadruple the number of damage counters on each of them. So, most likely an insta-kill. Then we have Dhelmise, which is so powerful. Regretful Rage, 30 plus damage. If you have 4 or more Pokemon in the discard, with the Ghost Veil ability, this is attacked as 140 more. So, I will explain why I think this card is broken. Well, first, we have Lucario, which is doing really well. I think it's doing really well. This thing one-shots it because of weakness. So it does 340 with weakness, 170 normally. This does more than Solrock and Phantom and that Relicanth card, which I explained in the Bastion video. This card isn't hard to set up either. It's a basic 1 energy, 1 prizer, and you can use a Petrol or boxed orders or something to get your Brilliant Blender, or even Ultra Balls, just to discard cards that are useless, like Shuppets or Banettes or anything else. And it's 1 energy. 170 is a lot of damage, especially early game. So this card is going to be broken. And, another reason why I think it's going to be broken. Dragapult has been a problem. If you guys haven't seen the Day 2, I'm pretty sure Dragapult's at 50%. And I think this set will stop Dragapult. Like, fully. Dhelmise is Psychic, which, if you mix Lily's Clefairy in with Psychic, you know that dragons take times 2 damage, meaning this one-shots Dragapult. Yes, with Hero's Cape, but you also have Tool Scrapper. So, it's just so powerful. This Dhelmise is going to see a lot of gameplay. Then, Gwyn. I don't know why the other one's not there. Discard up to 2 from your hand and you rule box draw 3. This is very good in the what's it called again? Ghost Veil deck. Because you discard 2, up to 2, and each Pokemon draws 3. So you can draw 6, which is really strong for a trainer. So I think this will be used with this whole deck, and it'll become a really, really, just really strong thing. Then one of my personal favorite EXs that are being released is the Chandelure. Litwick can be looked for with Buddy Buddy Puffins, but you don't want to grab 2 Litwicks because of Lampent, which I recommend doing Salvatore. So if you do Salvatore, then you can get up to Lampent, and it's only 1 energy. Returning Light. Search your deck for 3 Lampents and put them on your bench, so you don't even need the Litwicks. This is also a really strong attack. You can be set up in like 1 turn. Then Mega Chandelure, Cursed Flames ability. Your opponent's active is 1 retreat cost more. This is really strong for retreat locks. Not a lot of decks play switches, and I think after this set releases, a lot of decks are going to start playing switches. And another thing about this card is it's Psychic again. You know, Dragapult, Lucario, all those cards just get destroyed because of the weakness. And no matter what, it does a lot of damage. 130 normally is not terrible. But then we have the 50 more for each retreat cost. Not a lot of cards have free retreat. Even something like, what's a basic... Well, not a basic, like, what's a... like Raging Bull. That has a 3 retreat cost. That's going to be destroyed by this. Or let's take a stage 2 that's really strong. Dragapult. That has a 1 retreat. That's still 180. That, without counting the other Chandelures or the Gravity Gemstone that you can add with this. So it's going to become a really strong card. And the next slide will show why. I forgot to show this Marshadow, but what the Marshadow does, it's the same thing as the Chandelure. It's a 1-prizer version. It does 30 damage for each of your opponent's retreat cost. And especially stuff like Crushing Hammer, Gravity Gemstone, and Wondrous Patch, this deck can get up fast. It's an energy disruptor. It has so many ways of being used, and it has so much potential. The Marshadow's okay, but it can be a very good card, especially if you pair it up with weakness. It's just good. Yes, it's 30 times, while the other one is 130 plus, but it is a 1-prizer compared to a 3-prizer. Next is the Wailord. This is probably the most disappointing card out of the set, in my opinion, but it is a very funny card. It has 380 HP, which is a lot, especially for a stage 1 2-prizer. I'm not going to Wailord. The Wailmer, I actually think the other Wailmer from Journeying Together is better. It has less retreat and the same HP. But the other one, the Wailord, Surf, 120 damage, nothing too crazy for 3 energies. The other one is 5 energies, Falling Down, which is a very funny attack name, mind you. 270 damage as the Pokemon is now asleep. It's very hard to get that. But with the new trainer, Misty's Energy, if you play this card, your turn ends, but you search your deck for 4 basic water energies and attach them to 1 Pokemon. So if you mix it, it can be good, but again, I don't think it'll be a very good one, but in the next slide, I will show how it can be used. We have Hero's Cave, Jumbo Ice Cream, and even Mega Starmie. Starmie has been being used countless times now. Same with Frostlass. I didn't put Frostlass in. I could have done both. They both work really well, but you can make this thing really tanky. You can make it have infinite HP, but I think there's a better card that does it better, which is a Lurantis EX. Lurantis EX's first move is Lively Cutter. 60 plus damage at attack. If you are healed the same turn, you do 200 more. That's a really strong. 260 for 1 energy stage 1. It is regular 2-prizer. It might not seem strong, but you gotta take in consideration all the healing you'll be taking. Yes, your opponent could one-shot you, but to be honest, if you don't get one-shot, you're just gonna be healing all that damage off. And I can show why in the next slide. Lurantis EX can be mixed up with Pokevital or Hero's Cape. I should have put that. I think Hero's Cape might do better. Super Potion and Whimsicott. Whimsicott has been a Pokemon I've been trying to make work forever. I've been using it in every deck. Well, not every. In most decks when I first started. Excuse me. When I did Iron Leaves, I don't have it on this account. So I have there's another YouTube channel I made after this when I wanted to do Pokemon. I never released it on this account, but I wish I did. It is an Iron Leaves Teal Mask Ogerpon Penny deck where you just Teal Mask, Iron Leaves. It's basically a counter to Dragapult. You don't get one shot, then you penny all the damage away, and then you do it. It's kind of like this one. But Whimsicott does the same thing, kind of. If it evolves, you may heal your... I think it's... What is it? When you heal this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may heal all damage from your active grass Pokemon. If you heal any damage this way, discard all energy. Since it's a 1 energy attack, it's really, really strong. 260 damage. And you have stuff like Super Potion, Poke Vital A. You have regular potions. Jumbo Ice Cream won't work. But it is very, very good. And I think this card will see a lot of potential, especially with how much grass decks are doing right now. Next, we have Manectric. This is probably one of my favorite cards in the set, besides, obviously, Rampardos and the Chandelure. Manectric has the move Flash Barrier. Remember Mega Manectric's Flash Ray, where basic Pokemon can't do damage? Well, this is the opposite. Evolution Pokemon can't do damage to you. So, Flash Barrier. 50 damage, nothing crazy. During your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Evolution Pokemon. So, yes, there is boss's orders. But you don't always have to get bosses out. Or, not bosses out. So, let me explain this better. Dragapult is an evolution deck, and we all know this. It has so much evolutions, like the Dunsparce EX, Dragapult, yes, Dusknoir, but you have Damp, and you have now that Patrat for monkey problems. So, now, yes, they have Dreepy to attack, but it's so little HP, and if I really needed to just set something up, I can just set up even more things that I really need to. It's going to be hard to get this thing up, but I think if this is used right, it can become an invincible deck. Pretty much. For 2 energies, just like Flash Ray, 1 retreat, nothing too much, but I think this deck has a lot of potential, especially with the new electric supporters. Well, not supporters, just the 1 electric energy they added, which is in this slide. Vikavolt has a lot of potential as well, which Quick Dive is an okay move. The Giga Electromagnetic Blaster is the strongest move I don't have it ever seen, but it has a lot of it. It's just so strong. 260 damage. If this Pokemon doesn't have any Bolty energy, which is the new special energy, it does nothing. It's not hard to get special energy on a Pokemon nowadays with Hilda or Colress. So special energy, or the Bolty energy, makes electric Pokemon do 20 more, so you're not doing 260, you're doing 280 for a 1-prizer. You mix it with Brave Bengal, you're doing 310. If you mix it with, like, Kieran or Black Belt, you're one-shotting Dragapult. It's really not hard to get this thing up either. So, you might as well... I mean, it's really not that hard to get up. The next card I'm really disappointed in, which is Mega Zeraora. I've been excited because I want a new electric deck. Thunder Fist, 60 times damage attack to 60 times the number of electric energy attached to this Pokemon. There's not really ways to get any energies to accelerate onto it. So, there's really no point for this card. And Zapdos turn is really weak, 150, and switch it with one of your bench. So, it's just not worth using this card. And, I don't know. I think Mega Manectric was better. And Morpeko. This one actually is a fun card. The wheel draw is just shuffle your hand to draw 6. It's kind of like Burst Roar, just shuffle your hand instead. Hunger Bomber. This is the attack that I kind of like. 40 plus attack does 40 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. Chi-Yu does the same thing. If you have 2 more damage count or 2 or more damage counters on this Pokemon, you do 90 more, so 110. And I made a little deck idea with the next slide. We got Morpeko, Toxtricity, Punk Helmet, and Chi-Yu. Punk Helmet is very good because you do 40 more damage no matter what, and Toxtricity just puts damage counters on you. So let's say you have 3 Toxtricities out, possibly. You get 6, you get 6, 60 damage counters on you. So, let's see, 80, or 40, 80, 120, 160, 200, 240, plus the 40, so 280, plus the Punk Helmet, 320, that's enough to do one-shot Dragapult. And you get Chi-Yu as a 1-prizer attacker, so this card, again, could be very, very strong. And now, for my... I don't even know anymore. There's so many good cards in this set, and I think the Bronzong does it well. Metal Block, 120, not a lot. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 100 less from attacks from opponent's evolution Pokemon, which is almost the entire meta. Dragapult, we have Zoroark, we have Spidops, we have Diplin, Festival Lead. Well, actually, I already said Festival Lead. I meant Teal Mask, but Teal Mask is not, But if you mix it up with something like Empoleon, it could be good. Toucannon I put in here because it's kind of good. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. And Feather Rondo, 60 plus, 20 more for each bench, both yours and your opponent. So 260. It's really good. Brave Bangle, 290. You can one-shot Dragapult again if you have the Black Belt training and all that. So I made a little deck again with Bronzong. Bronzong, you can mix it with Jumbo Ice Cream to heal it. Full Metal Lab for more tank. Legacy Energy just to be annoying. And Philippe. Attach up to 2 basic Steel Energies from your discard to one of your Steel Pokemon. This is very, very strong, setting up any Steel Pokemon. And then I believe we're at trainers now. Heroic Bomb. If the Pokemon discards attach you is not a... So this one's really confusing. Is not a Mega Pokemon and takes 240 more damage from an opponent's active Mega Pokemon. Place 12 damage counters on your attacking Pokemon. Then discard the card. It's literally Deluxe Bomb, but more steps. Then retry Band or Badge. This one's pretty okay. Once during your turn, you may flip any coins for an attack of the colorless Pokemon this card is attached to. So Mega Kangaskhan. You may ignore the results of those flips and begin flipping those coins again. So Mega Kangaskhan could be viable again. Just the regular Kangaskhan. But Lucario is going to come back anyways. We have Gladiion's Decisive Battle. You may only play this if it's the only card in your hand. During your turn, attacks used by Pokemon that do not have a Roblox do 80 more damage. Again, this has to be the only card in your hand. It won't be as good as people might think it is. But again, it has potential. Then Rust Syndicate Grunt. This is going to help Rampardos so much. And even Chandelure. You may only play this card if one of your Pokemon was knocked out during the last turn. You just discard an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. This is really strong. But will it be used? Who knows? But I think it has a lot of potential as well to be used. And that's it. So I want to explain why I think this set will be meta changer. You have the Ghost Veil box with Dhelmise with the weakness of taking out Dragapult. Dragapult has been most of the decks anyways for all championships and all tournaments. Like I said, 50% this one. So Dragapult is obviously a deck that needs to be stopped, and I know people are desperately trying to find ways to stop it. I thought of Mega Clefable, but Mega Clefable gets up too slow, and there's not a lot that it can do. The Ghost Veil one, Dhelmise, 170 plus just a Lily's Clefairy element just takes out everything it needs to in a Dragapult deck. Most of the time, they don't have a lot of HP, or if they have Wellspring Overpond, then you can just do something else about that. But another thing, the Bastion Rampardos is just so strong. Bastion making it so things with 2 or less energies just can't attack in general is just, well, it can't do damage, is really strong. It's and that's not even it. You have not Mega Manectric. You have Mega Excadrill, which is 330 for 5 energies, and it's very easy to set up with Philippe and Metagross. There's not a lot that it requires to do anything. And then you have the... Oh, I just went through it. The Manectric. The Manectrics are so strong that you can potentially become invincible if you play it right. The Lurantis has so much potential as well, just healing constantly and doing 260 for 1 energy. That deck is going to be really fun for 1. And it's so strong. You have the Black Belt to make it do 300 damage, and you can do Munkidori as well, in addition to this deck, to move all the damage counters off of you, and then just heal it. It's a lot. Like, there is so much that... I think there's even more. The Manectric... Oh, the Chandelure. The Chandelure has a lot of potential with the amount of energy disruption there is nowadays. And it retreat locks, almost, because you require so many energies just to do anything. At a certain point, what you can do is you can just boss up something that's useless. Let's say a Fezandipity. Just a regular Fez. And you would have so many Chandelures on your bench. And then just Badoo. They can't switch now. They have to use a Kieran. Which not a lot of decks play Kieran. So you can potentially retreat lock by not even using Yveltal or Yveltal. I watched Mike. MJT, yeah, MNJ TV. But you can use Yveltal to just lock, but you don't even need it now with Badu and Chandelure. So, what else was there? There was the Vikavolt deck, the one prizer Vikavolt, 280 damage, Brave Bengal 310, able to take out Frostlass. Starmie's weak to it, Ogerpon's weak to it, and Dragapult doesn't stand a chance if you have a Black Belt or Kieran in the deck as well. Morpeko has potential as well. So much damage on the board will be placed. You have Munkidori's if you want to just do more. And the Chi-Yu is really strong as well. What else we got? We got the Bronzong. I don't know how I forgot that. It's so tanky. And there's so much steel support now that it has so much potential to do so much damage to do little damage but not take anything. Then, I mean, the trainers are okay, but all these EXs will stop the meta. And even the Ghost Veil and the Manectric will stop the meta from what it is. And remember, this is not all of them. There's that Mega Darkrai, there's the Mega Excadrill, which I explained earlier, and there's the Bastion on Mega not Mega Rampardos, regular Rampardos EX. There is so much, and that's what I think this set is mainly for. We had a lot of disappointing sets for players recently. We had the Chaos Rising, which, yes, it is. I'm going to just say it outright. I don't care if I get hate comments. Chaos Rising is the worst set I think we've ever gotten for playability. And for collectors, too. It doesn't hold a lot. And during my pre-release, I was just so annoyed with everything. I pulled one thing out of 7 packs. Most people did it, and then we did it twice already. Twice, I didn't go to the second one, but no one pulled an SIR out of the entire thing. So, obviously, the set is so bad, why would people want it? But then Perfect Order was good. It had Meowth, it had the energies, it had Zygarde, it had all this. It had Starmie. It was really strong. And Ascended Heroes was just, Ascended Heroes. Pokepads. Oh yeah, and Perfect Order had Pokepads. You had the Frostlass. Dragonite has potential. Mega Electros has potential. Like, you have all this. And I think it was Destined Rivals before then. Destined Rivals is so strong with the Spidops. Ethan Typhlosion's trying to get back up there, and you have Garchomp. Then Journey Together is not seeing much play besides Zoroark. But Zacian is there, too. Zacian's not bad. And I don't even remember anything else about that set. Because it was... Oh, and Lily's Clefairy. Then it was Surging Sparks, I'm pretty sure. Surging Sparks had Pikachu, Joltik, and Latias. And that's all I remember. Because that set really... I never collected it. But I think not Perfect Order. I think Pitch Black will be the next biggest deck, like meta deck changer. Because it has so much playability. And also if you guys have questions or you want to know more about the cards of potential decks or anything, leave a comment. I look at all comments. And I will make another slideshow, or I'll do something to make a video about that comment. And I will try my best to make a deck based off of any of the EXs or any of the cards you see, unless it's a card like the Slowbro and Thweevil. I will not touch that. But if you have any questions, I will answer. And if you have any ideas, I will make a video on the ideas. I am trying a new thing because I'm still kind of brand new to this. I'm going to try doing this video is made for kids, because I found out it doesn't just lock it to kids. Adults can still see it. So we're going to try that. But I want your thoughts on this set. I really do. I do think this will be the next Twilight Masquerade type of set, where how much it can be played.